Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Arvold Mortgage Podcast, episode 3. Let's do this. I am here, per usual, with my two side pieces.
I like it.
Jerrid, the mortgage ninja Boutto.
Wah.
Ow.
Wah.
And Joe, the mortgage guru Juliano, is in the house.
Happy to be here.
What is up?
It's good to have you, man. It's good to see you two again. And
Little
we
Am.
have a special guest. We have our first guest on the show.
Who?
Right?
Yeah,
and
who could it be?
It's my good buddy, my brother, one of the best real estate agents in the state of Minnesota, in my opinion, and it's well documented. But we got Tyler Miller on the podcast today. Tyler,
Hey, thanks for having me.
Never heard of her.
welcome to the show, brother.
I thought I was your only side piece, though. That's the only thing.
Actually, you're not. It's Blake. Blake's my side piece. He
it.
knows it. Shout out to Blake Geyer, which also works on the Tyler Miller team.
He does.
With EXP.
Fun fact.
That's awesome. And we're having him on the show, too, on his birthday.
Wow.
It timed out perfectly. But anyway,
Can't
we
miss.
got a good show for all you listeners and viewers today. We're going to get to know Tyler Miller, right?
I'm excited. I don't know the guy. I'm kidding.
I'm
You-
very-
you know
I'm
enough.
very
I know the
closed
guy,
off.
but I want to know more.
You want to get
Yeah.
deeper.
Let's strip it down.
You want to get people want to get deeper with Tyler Miller.
He's got a few layers. He's like an onion.
He is an onion.
Yeah.
We're gonna peel that back today, but we're gonna get to know
How deep?
short and long-term personal business goals. We're going to get to know how he got in the real estate game. We're going to get to know what his investment portfolio looks like, being that is what he does. But we got a lot of stuff to ask Tyler Miller, and we're going to really dive deep, really raw with Tyler Miller.
I love it.
But we also got a lot of other things, so stay tuned through the whole podcast because we're going to talk about social media, just love-hate relationship in general. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl. Waste Management golf tournament yesterday. Just a big day in sports yesterday.
Let's start with sports.
You want to start with? I got more,
Yeah.
but we're going to do some thoughts on the spy balloons, UFOs. We're going to talk about that. Conspiracy theories. I'm a huge conspiracy theorist, so love to get your guys' opinion on that. We got predictions for spring, summer, fall markets for 23, which Tyler's going to touch on, and just some facts about the market. And then at the end, we got some funny questions to ask Tyler Miller and the rest of the gang here. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great show. But Jerrid, what'd you say you want to start with?
Let's start with sports.
You want to start with sports?
or weather?
What is your guys' thoughts? Well, we're not talking about weather, but that's okay.
Fresh off the Super Bowl.
Fresh off the Super Bowl, I'll be honest with you guys. I recorded the Waste Management. I'm a big golfer. Everybody knows that, right? I recorded the Waste Management every day. Right, every day, and I'd rewatch it, fast forward through commercials. But yesterday, Rach wanted to go do things, and I was like, I'm going to do you a solid. I will record it, and I'll come back, right?
Wow, look
So
at that.
So I did it. I came back, started watching it, and by the time that got over, it was already halftime of the Super Bowl. And I had no idea. Like,
You
Rach
missed
was
the
like,
first half?
didn't even know it was on.
Wow.
Didn't know what time it started. Rach is like, hey, come on up. It's almost halftime. We're going to have dinner. And I was like, oh, okay. But the Waste Management, I'm a huge golfer. Loved it, man. Went last year. Was supposed to go this year, but with my feet surgeries, I couldn't go. Super bummed, but I mean, incredible. Have you guys ever been?
Negative.
I have not. And up until probably, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, when you would tell me all about this, and I didn't really know how, huge it was.
Epic?
And then last year, the one golfer made a hole-in-one on the
Hole
16th
16?
hole,
Yep.
which, that opened my eyes to, it's a party. It's not, it's
So
totally different.
So before that, when you'd watch it, even before the hole-in-one when you were watching it, you didn't think wow, holy shit, look at this place.
I didn't honestly really watch it that much. I watched golf.
so you saw
but
it on
I'd watch,
Sports Center.
I'd watch the majors, But when I heard it was coming up, I definitely was paying closer attention to it. And now with TikTok and stuff, I mean, there's so many funny videos going on with the fans out there. And there was the streaker.
The streaker,
on
dude?
day
It's
one.
classic.
It was so good. He jumps
He's
into
still
the pond.
in jail. Worth it though, right?
Yeah,
Worth it.
it's definitely on the bucket list now after seeing how fun it is and how
Yeah.
different it is than a normal golf tournament.
Joe, what about you? You been there?
I've been to one. I forget which one it was due to some extracurricular activities while I was there, but it was up towards the Blaine area. When I
the
was
3M.
younger. Yeah, 3M.
Oh, so you've never been to the
No,
Waste
no,
Management.
never
Jerry,
the
you
Waste
haven't either.
Management.
No.
But have you been to Scottsdale?
No.
No. You
Phoenix.
guys been to
Nope,
Scottsdale?
I've never been.
Okay, we're gonna. So next year, I'm gonna make it a thing every year where I'm going. Whoever can afford it and wants to go, come with. We'll go play some golf. We rent out a VRBO and we just
Yeah.
go to the tournament and have a great time. But I'm telling you, it is Scottsdale is a city of just heavenly things.
What is that, about a 5-hour drive from where I'll be?
Yeah. From where Jerrid will be?
4.5, 5. Yeah.
See you there.
Yeah.
Every year.
Which I love this. Yeah, I love it. So
I'm also
that's what I was into. Seeing Scotty win it was awesome.
Scotty doesn't know.
You know, it was a great golf tournament. Yeah. So anyway, but Super Bowl, you guys talk about that. I'm not a huge football, you know, as much as Tyler and maybe Joe. I know me and you are probably in the same boat regarding football.
I like football.
You like football, but do you follow it? Do you play fantasy? Do you do all that? No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Jerrid's lying.
No,
give me a live
7th place
button.
in the league.
Is that last?
No.
Okay.
There's 12.
So tell
12-man league.
There it is. So tell me your guys' thoughts on the Super Bowl. What'd you guys think of the halftime show? Walk me through
terrible.
Okay, so as a household that has all girls, my wife and then 3 daughters, they all loved it.
Sure.
Like I think it worked great for them because it was almost like a mashup of obviously just her hits, like the courses of the songs. So my wife loved it. She's like, "Oh, this is great." For me, I don't really care. I mean, I wish, like, kind of like we were talking about earlier, I wish they would have had some other people come into it, like Kanye or something like that, just to make it a little bit,
Eminem,
a little bit more interesting. But
love the way you lie. That sounds okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, as far as the actual sporting event, I'm just glad that the Eagles didn't win. In my opinion, that's not a fan base that I get behind. And
well, it's probably just from that time when they came here to Minnesota and it was saw their true colors.
Well, and they still do that like every single year. Yeah. Like they were throwing eggs at people going in at like the AFC and NFC.
Why eggs? Why not marshmallows? Eggs are so expensive.
So expensive.
Yeah.
Just so rich.
Yeah.
Right. Well, just try to catch them and that. I'm like, oh, thank you. How many have to go in?
You brought the case.
Pocket full of eggs.
But yeah, I mean, I was entertained. I watched the whole thing. I thought it was good.
It was a great game.
I couldn't believe Jalen Hurts.
No defense.
Yeah, but I mean, they're great,
offense.
powerful
which
offenses.
is awesome.
Like Jalen Hurts looked amazing. I mean, Mahomes
just bombs.
I mean, he looked pretty in shambles there for a little bit. And
I want whatever they gave him.
Yeah,
oh
sure.
my god!
Yeah.
Right.
Give me a little bit of what P. Holmes had over halftime.
halftime?
My
Yeah.
god, I could get
That's
some
what I
stuff
said.
done.
I'm like, they're like,
Crushed
oh, do you think he's going to come back out? I'm like, yeah, he's not missing this.
Let's
They're gonna
dive
do
into that.
something.
What do you? Because like obviously they have to follow protocol, but like if they don't drug test during the game, are they just whatever they got on deck?
I would imagine it's kind of no holds barred.
Yeah,
in
just
that
to get
locker
it back
room.
up.
What do you think it is?
I have no idea.
I think it's like some meth or like.
yeah,
I mean, his eyes were massive at the end of the game.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, I would say, you know, from watching like documentaries on the NFL and stuff like that, I mean, definitely painkillers is. I know they get down with that
in
stuff.
His ankle,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
They have to be.
Which I believe that
And then a couple bumps.
cortisone shot, and then some smelling salts on top of snorting some painkillers. I mean, that dude was amped.
He was
Should have been
brilliant.
on the podcast.
He was amped up.
Yeah.
He was amped.
Right?
That was a great. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah,
Nice little
so
segue.
my thoughts on the Super Bowl, I thought it was fantastic. 2 juggernauts. I mean, they were obviously both the best teams. So it's not like we got cheated. It was the 2 top teams, and the quarterbacks are going to be in the mix for the next 15 years. And it was really fun to watch. I thought the halftime show was great. I love Rihanna. She was obviously pregnant, so she couldn't do a ton of stuff.
Was she?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
Obviously, like
Spoiler alert.
for the first
I haven't
5
seen it yet.
minutes, all we're talking about is she pregnant or not?
Yeah.
Why didn't she announce it? Everybody starts
Unreal,
Googling it,
man.
and I'm
Right.
like, can we just watch the show?
You know, I love Rihanna too, and again, I will say she did a great job. I thought the stages moving up and down were super cool.
Yeah.
was like
Definitely the
Super
backup
Smash Bros.
dancers. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And the backup
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
dancers, in my opinion, was the best part. I thought they crushed it.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good. But I agree with Joe. I really would have loved to see Yeezy and Jay-Z show up because that would have just turned it up a little bit. But P. Holmes, someone drop his name on here because he should come on the podcast because he was
right.
Patty
amped,
Mahomes,
bro, man.
Yeah,
He was
absolutely
amped up
should.
and belongs on
His
it.
dad was
So,
a twin.
Yep.
Fun fact.
We're not too far from where his dad used to pitch
Another fun fact.
right now.
Yeah.
But
Does
yeah,
this
no, it's
story
great.
have an
What about the
ending?
last 2 minutes?
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about that last call on the holding?
I thought it was.
I think I fell asleep.
I thought it was a good call.
You do.
It's a bummer.
I think it was soft.
It was soft, but I mean, if he
Let
didn't
him play.
if he didn't put his arm around him, the dude's scoring a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like straight
Sure.
up. So
Didn't after the game, the guy is at the call where the guy admitted he's like, yeah, I held him. I just didn't
Yeah.
think the ref was going to call it.
ESPN,
Yeah, he owned
had
it.
all over.
it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. You don't ever want to see a season end like that. But don't grab the guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be pissed if I'm the receiver and I'm like, here's my one big moment, right? I'm going to go score the game-winning touchdown, and I get grabbed.
Yeah.
So
they also they showed and highlighted several other ones that were really, really close that didn't get called. So I mean, that's kind of their argument too. Like they were being fair, a little bit looser throughout the game. But I mean, I think anyway, they're somebody's going to look at it and be like, oh, there was something that mattered. Like they shouldn't have called it. And then the other fan base is going to obviously be like, oh, it was a great call. It was perfectly timed.
How do you feel about the kneel down instead of taking the touchdown?
I love that.
Obviously, it's like
strategy,
right?
I was yelling at the TV to do that, and like. Because I kept telling everybody, I'm like, they're going to try to let them score. Watch. The Eagles are not going to do anything. And it took a few more plays, but then they, like, stopped trying, you know? And then I think it was McKinnon.
It was McKinnon, yep.
You know, fell down, and a couple of the people that aren't big football fans were kind of like, why did you do that? I'm like, because if they don't let them have the ball back, they're not going to lose, you know?
Joe, did you make it to that point?
Absolutely.
In the night?
I watched the entire game, had a great
Clear-headed?
time. Clear-headed.
Damn. Man.
Sharp as a tack.
I envy Joe.
Damn.
Sharp as a tack.
Joe turned it up last night, right?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just
After
hanging.
the game?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, as I was watching the game, we always have like
as
our
he
family
woke up
come over
during
and,
the afternoon.
Yeah, no, I
Just
was
an all-day turned-up session.
Yeah, it was. Wow, no, we had volleyball in the morning with my oldest. So we got home about 1 and started getting ready for the game.
Love
and
that.
People coming over and
Jerrid, how was your show Friday night? Talk to us
Saturday
about that.
night.
Saturday
night.
Yep.
Saturday night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
out in
Ziggy's in
Stillwater.
Stillwater.
Yep.
Yeah.
Show Me Your Hits played
Tell me
down
about
at Ziggy's in Stillwater, 8:30 to midnight. Cool. That's it. It was sick. Played some songs that we do.
Was it packed? Pretty.
Yeah. I mean, as full as it can get. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a huge room. It's not a huge stage, so we're a little limited, but yeah. We sent it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, full send.
Yesterday, I played my first ever game of Don't Drink and Drive Mario Kart.
Sick.
Yeah. So got a little turnt on some claws and some high noons earlier in the day over at TK's home, Taylor Kilty. He hosted. So, yeah, that was fun.
That's cool.
You guys play any fun drinking games?
Nah, I mean, ironically enough, my in-laws are recovering alcoholics, so they just watch from a distance and they know we're idiots.
They just want to smell it.
Yeah. No, they've seen us in. I remember at my at my wedding, the wedding night, they found me in the elevator with like 7 or 8 pizzas I ordered for everybody from the wedding party. Didn't press a button while I was in there, so the doors just like shut, and I was just in it. So somebody was like going back to go to their room, and they hit the elevator door, and I'm just in there.
You're just standing there?
Smashing
Yeah.
pizzas.
We should party.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
At that point in time, you turned into like you're the elevator service person.
It's like, oh, perfect timing.
yeah,
Come on in.
Pay me a tip, and I'll bring you to your room.
Love it, man. Well, let's get to know Tyler Miller a little bit. I know for sure Jerrid and Joe have some questions. I've known Tyler for quite a long time. So, we hang out. It's my brother. We hang out a lot, and we just created this awesome relationship. And, his service mirrors the Arvold Mortgage Team and what we strive for. So it was kind of like, why wouldn't we work together? It's just, it's an unbelievable relationship. Tyler's team gets along great with my team. We all go out, join happy hours, and it's a lot of fun, man. It's not just work. So I'm going to let kind of Jerrid start and then Joe on questions what they have. But Jerrid, why don't you shoot it off with Tyler? What should the people know about Tyler Miller? Let's get to know him, raw, uncut. Let's do it.
Yeah. One question I had for you, I'm just curious. How did you get into real estate? And just how'd you get into real estate?
Yeah, no, great question. A lot of people, I think, know, but if they don't, my dad has been a real estate agent since I was born, since 1985. I was actually born in 86, but it's just kind of always been around it forever. And, always had a passion for it. I remember driving, well, not me driving, but my dad driving down the road. Back in the day, to go to a showing, you'd have to carry those King's map books, those really big, thick address books.
There.
And he'd be, driving, talking on his brick cell phone with his giant notepad, trying to figure out where to go. And he'd like throw the map book back at me and be like, figure out where we're going. I'd have to like tell him how to get there. And I'm like 10. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we got there. So I've always been around it. And so when I was in high school, I worked at Dairy Queen, which I was the Blizzard expert.
I feel like that was a thing, though.
Blizzard Wizard?
Because I remember back in junior high and all that, that's what a lot of people I knew did. You worked at Dairy
Especially attractive
Queen.
people worked at Dairy Queen, yeah.
Ooh,
so we did.
Absolutely.
How'd you get the job?
I don't know.
He was on the calendar.
It was a pity hire. Yeah. Which, by the way, everybody's favorite blizzard?
Strawberry.
Just strawberry blizzard.
Strawberry ice cream? What is that?
I'm a
strawberry
simple man.
milk?
No,
That was the weirdest
It's not a
thing
blizzard.
I've ever heard.
Strawberry milk is disgusting.
It's not a blizzard.
Strawberry it's like a malt.
What's your favorite type of ice cream? Strawberry. That would have
Yes.
been a good answer.
But you put it in a cup.
Yeah.
Blizzard.
That's still just strawberry
A
ice cream.
blizzard is
I
with
think
items
it's
in
thick.
it, with ice cream.
No, it gets
Right?
thicker, right? Like
So you
it's-
put like real strawberries in it? So you have like a
Yeah.
sundae?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Or like it's
he
more like a
doesn't like
smoothie.
blizzards. He likes
I would have
sundaes.
thrown
he likes
Jerrid out of my
smoothies.
store.
It's like a malt, right?
Yo, can I get a strawberry blizzard? I'd be like, get out.
It's not. You can get a strawberry malt, but they add malt powder. We're talking
Yeah,
about
maltodextrin,
blizzards.
right?
you know,
Blizzard is
where,
like with the candy in it.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Strawberry cheesequake?
What
That's
is happening?
aggre-
Jared,
so
I'm so
aggressive.
confused right now.
I don't
man.
need that many things.
Did you go to Dairy Queen as
He's
a
like,
child?
I get a
I just
blizzard,
would always
just
get
the
the
vanilla
strawberry
ice cream.
So just
straight up.
strawberry-
in the chunks.
Like a strawberry milkshake.
Yeah,
There we go.
I know what he's talking about, though, because you could scoop like just strawberries out of
Yeah, it
this
was-
like syrupy stuff and
No.
put it in there.
I don't think
Oh,
he
yeah,
did
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Was
yeah,
it?
yeah.
So you got a strawberry milkshake or a strawberry
It was basically a
malt?
shake.
it was still
Yeah.
a blizzard, man.
Yeah.
What about you, Joe?
Did they flip it upside down and do the blizzard test?
Yes.
How
He's-
long? Wait,
I think he's lying.
wait. When you worked back there, did they have to do that still?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I
We
was
didn't
gonna
have
say
to
like
flip
I feel like that's
No.
a relatively like
It's a newer
thing.
thing.
Yeah. My favorite
Marketing, man.
It wasn't gonna just drip out. It wasn't melted.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is Jerrid off
Okay.
the team at
What-
this point?
That's okay.
Yeah.
No.
We just slide.
You
him
want
out
to
of
know
camera.
mine?
That's a California answer. Right
Mine
there.
would be a. I'm a big
Too soon.
fan of cookie dough.
That's a classic. I feel like.
Butterfinger, right? I always throw some Butterfinger in there. And Snickers.
all in one.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's so
Like Reese's peanut butter cup too. Those 4 things, and I'm in.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Joe?
That thing ain't coming out.
More recently, it's the Take 5. Do you know what Take 5 candy bar is?
So good. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have that. I like that
Isn't
one.
that a Twix mixed with like?
It's got pretzels in it, so it's
Yeah.
like the salty and sweet type thing. That's kind of my go-to. Or mint Oreo is kind of always a classic.
Ooh.
So those are all great answers. The right answer is Reese's peanut butter cup with Oreo. Just so everybody's
Ooh.
aware. The wrong answer was strawberries.
Yeah, correct.
I think we can all agree to that.
There's no such thing as a wrong answer.
We give
It's
you
called preference.
yeah, A for
Okay.
effort.
All right, so back to my
Back
story.
on track
Yeah,
here.
sorry. I didn't think it was going to go off on a tangent.
Yeah.
Strawberry.
You
You don't like strawberry milk though?
No,
I don't know.
It's the
Many
weirdest
people that
thing.
do.
Real.
It's
Yes, it's real.
it is, but it's not good.
No,
No, but like a nice classic strawberry malt or whatever. those are
Milkshake.
great. Yeah,
Let's
they're
call it
great.
what it
see, but I
is.
feel like that's different than like when he's like, "Hey, what's your favorite Blizzard?" You're like,
it's 1,000%.
"I like
different.
milkshakes."
Hey, guess what? Clearly, I don't really like blizzards. Then.
That's a good
Hey,
answer.
that's why
a good
you, that's
answer.
why you look so good, baby.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was working at Dairy Queen, and it was my senior year. And my dad's like, "Hey, if you get your license, and if you sell one house, you'll make more money than you would all year at Dairy Queen. So you should probably do that." And I was, graduating, and I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" I always had passion for it, so that's how I got my license. My first clients I worked with before I went to college. I showed them 100 homes on the dot. This is back in, gosh, it would have been like 04, 05. I don't know, somewhere in there. I don't even remember.
So you're coming up on 20 years.
Yeah, I got my license when I was 18.
Damn.
But anyways, got them a house. They still live in that same house to this day, so I did a really good job with that first one. But anyways, fast forward.
Or they just feel bad because they're like, I don't want to go see another 100 homes.
yeah, that was the worst experience ever.
it was
We're
so
living
bad, they're
here
just like,
forever.
we're done.
Yeah. No, I actually reach out to them every now and then. They're just like, no, we're happy. But anyways, then went to college and got into retail at Walgreens after college. And I always thought I would maybe come back to real estate. But once we were, a couple things happened. We were going to have our first son, or our first child, Jameson. And so my wife was pregnant. She was working overnights as a nurse. I was working retail. I didn't get the promotion that I wanted, or I thought I wanted. I know, which was the best thing that's ever happened, because who knows what would have happened. But then the thing that pushed me over the edge, believe it or not, was I went and watched the movie Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, such a good movie.
Such a great movie, and obviously, don't agree with his a lot of his life choices, but the fact that it was a movie built around sales, and just some of the sales scenes in there really just like got me fired up. And I looked at a weird movie to go see with your sister, by the way, but I did see it with her. And I looked at my sister when the credits are rolling, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna go quit my job. And she's like, really? And I was like, yeah, I need to give real estate a full-time effort here because it like really resonated with me, just the sales aspect. So did that. Like the next day, my boss was like, oh, like, yeah, duh. Why would you continue working here? Like, this job sucks. I was so nervous.
You were like, thank God, because that's where I was heading.
He's like, don't be me. You see me? He's like, get out of here as quickly as possible.
They were very confused why I still worked there, and I had my real estate license. But yeah, so that's what got me into real estate was basically my family, and then my dad first, and then
Shout out to Papa Miller.
Yeah, Heavy Kevy, Hollywood. They call him Hollywood in softball when he used to play.
I love your dad. And I think, should we share the first experience I had with your dad?
Yeah.
So, as most of you know, if you don't know, I try to make it to every single one of my closings, bring a gift basket and all that. And when me and Tyler first started working together, he was with Edina Realty over in Blaine. And I think I was driving my S4 at the time, my modded up, souped up S4.
The really loud one.
Yeah, the really loud one. And
Too fast, too furious.
You could hear him coming literally from a mile away.
Yeah, you could. And so I show up. I think it's one of our first closings, had to have been. And I bring a gift basket. There's champagne in there, and we like to pop bottles and all that. And when I showed up, I just parked in this spot, backed in like I usually do, and walked in. And I'm dressed up. I'm not dressed up. That's the thing. Tyler was dressed up. That's when he used to wear suits a lot, right? Yep. And me, I look nice. I look like how I normally look. So that's what I do. And I came in, and we were in the closing, and I think we were getting the client was getting ready to pop the bottle, and I think your dad ended up finding out, hey, you guys can't.
Yeah,
you guys can't.
She did pop the bottle.
She did.
And then afterwards, we found out we weren't supposed to do that.
Yeah, and then I think your dad was like, and who parked in my spot, right? And yeah, that was me. I parked in his spot, and he also didn't like that I wasn't wearing a suit, I think. And
he definitely did not.
He did not. But you know what, though? Now me and Kevin, we're buds.
You're good.
We're buds, and I love the guy, and I think he appreciates and respects what the Arvold Mortgage Team all is about and what I've built. So I think that's why he finally, was maybe judging a book by the cover, and then he finally opened up a few pages and was like, I like this guy.
It didn't take long. He realized that you were a genuine, awesome business partner and friend to have. But yeah, he was like really pissed that someone parked in a spot right away.
I definitely had to move.
That was so funny.
But shout out to Kevin. We love you, man. We'd love to get you on the podcast.
Does he still practice, do real estate?
Yeah, he's the manager at the North Oaks office now.
Oh, okay.
Of Edina Realty?
Yep, of Edina Realty. Has been there since, forever. And he won their top award called the Emmy Award. He's,
wow.
He's a lifer. He loves it. It's a great company. And he's helped build its reputation. So I'm proud of him. And
that's awesome.
You're a spitting image, man.
Yeah.
Spitting image of Pops, and I love that. So how we got into real estate, that's what we talked about. Getting to know Tyler a little bit. What I want to know personally, Joe, we'll hop in over to you in a second here. I'm sure you got some good questions. But Tyler, I want to know some of your short and long-term personal and business goals. Yeah. So let's start with business, and then you can jump into your personal. But just give us a few, right? What is some short-term? And when I say short-term, I'm thinking 6 months to a year. When I'm thinking long-term, I'm more thinking like 3 to 5. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Our short-term goal this year, so for those of you that don't know, I run a real estate team called the Tyler Miller Team. We're out of Blaine, and we are the top team in Blaine the last couple of years. Top 3 in Anoka County for the last 4 years, and top 25 in all the Twin Cities. And right now we have about 15 agents on our team, and the goal...
Shout out to all his agents.
Yeah.
Homies. Shout out to the Miller team, just
What's
in
up?
general. Yeah. You got a good squad, man.
Can you name them all? Go.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
Probably
Let's go.
You want me to try to name
100%.
them all?
You got 5
let's see.
seconds.
Always got to use his fingers.
Blake, Anessa, Jaden, Jordan, Nathan, Alyssa's our new one, Madison Eve, the wonderful Madison Eve.
Shout out to my kiddo. She's the best.
Did I say
Love
Lauren?
you, Madison.
Nope.
Brady. Did I say Blake? I think I said Blake.
You said Blake first.
Yep.
I said Blake first. Did you hear that, Blake?
Shout out to my side piece.
Oh my gosh, this is horrible.
Miss you.
Coleman.
Nathan?
I said Nathan.
Oh, okay.
Joe, are you helping?
I was just.
I don't even know how many we're at.
I'm at 10
You
right
should
now.
start over. Everyone lost count. You said you had 15, so you're leaving, what, 5 off the table?
It's around 15, yeah.
Okay. So the ones that didn't make the list,
Close
For all of you,
you'll be
I love
expecting
you.
a fax later today.
Yeah, I love all of you.
Pack
Every
your
single one
shit
of you.
and
Tyler
get out.
Lewick.
Oh yeah,
another one.
Tyler. Yeah.
Tyler's the best.
Dude, there's so many,
Love
and
you,
the
Tyler.
thing is they're all great. That's why it's like not one of them stands out because they're all standouts. You know what I mean? They're awesome.
Absolutely epic.
So
That's a good answer, though, Tyler. They do stand out, and they all bring their own piece to the overall big pie of the Miller team.
Like it's
And I
easy.
like
It's
that.
like, oh, I remember. Like I have a couple good agents. Like they're all really, really good.
Shout out to Eugene. I don't think you named
Eugene, as we
Shout
call
out
him.
to let's talk about this. Shout out to Kayla.
Kayla Coleman.
I'm just gonna say, Kayla is the backbone to the Tyler Miller team.
Jacob.
Right?
Yeah.
Kayla,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
absolutely.
Shout out to Kayla. You are amazing. We love you every day. We love what you do. So,
I would be lost without Kayla, and I say it all the time, and Kayla knows this, that I think agents join the team for me and Kayla. I think maybe it's more so for me at the beginning, but they stay in the team because of Kayla. Like they don't stay in the team because of me. They stay in the team because of Kayla and because of the culture we have, which is super special. So our goals are this year. So the best year we've ever had was 193 units sold, and that was in 2020.
That's insane.
And that was with like 4 agents, by the way.
Damn.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was a fun year. Last year we did not hit our goals as far as units, but this year we have a pretty large unit goal of 300 units.
Wow.
And we need to grow the team from 15 to 30 agents in order to accomplish that goal. So my goals myself are, obviously I want to sell about 50, 60 houses this year, but I also need to bring in 15 to 20 agents on our team. So for anybody listening that's thinking about, maybe you need a new team, maybe you're getting into real estate, please reach out. We have an awesome mentorship program that you're never going to be kind of left without an answer. You're going to always know what is expected of you. And we also have lots and lots of business to supply you with. So would love to talk to you more about it. So those are our short-term goals. Long-term goals, I mean, gosh, I would love to eventually someday own my own building, commercial space building, let our team work.
love that.
Yep. I would love to have a few
Need a
different...
lender?
Yeah. I'd love to have a branch in Cali maybe someday. And Jerrid, you can sit right in that office with us, baby.
Too soon.
Too soon. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, I definitely want to grow.
You're going to Cali?
Thinking about it.
Way to go, Tyler.
Yeah, just
Spoiler alert.
Jesus.
No.
Sorry, we can
You should
edit
come
that
on the
part out.
podcast more.
No, it's all good. We haven't brought it up, but yeah, it could happen.
We know
September
all about it.
2022.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
that's another story for another podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So keep going.
Well, yeah.
Long term, possibly Cali.
Long term, well, probably like Florida first, but start to expand, But I also, being at EXP, we have this awesome opportunity where we can partner with other agents. And so growing my partnership with other agents, not just team members, but just expanding like my reach throughout the nation and help other agents is a huge goal of mine as well. So lots of different things in the business world, but mainly, we got to get enough agents on the team where we can hit our goals and help as many clients as possible because we have a ton of demand and just need enough people.
Switch it to personal for me. What are some of your personal
I just
goals?
wanted
And
to
make
say
it quick.
I just wanted to say real quick though, the Arvold Mortgage team absolutely backs you on those goals. We're right there with you.
Yeah, no, you guys are great. That's why I've been using you guys for, I don't know, what has it been, like 7 years now?
It's been a long time.
Best in the business. So
You heard it.
Personal
People. Thank
goals.
you.
I mean,
Best in the business.
Here's that
Man.
$10 I said I'd give you for
Yeah.
that.
I'll Venmo you.
and then we owe Jerrid a strawberry blizzard.
Dude,
I'll make it up to you. I'll make up the.
You guys will be like, damn, Jerrid, we didn't realize how good these
You
were.
are a ninja.
We're like,
They're so good.
like I've never had a shake
strawberry
before.
ice cream before.
worst answer ever. Anyways,
man.
So personal goals, I mean, for me, it's always around like health. Like I'd love to lose more weight, get in better shape, that type of stuff.
Are we talking about pipe dreams or?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Because I also want to eat stuffed crust pizza. So there's
And
that.
Yeah,
cereal
and
to the
Reese's and
face.
Oreo Blizzards.
And
delicious.
Oreo and Reese's Blizzards, dude. Whew.
What fad are you on now? What diet fad?
Fat?
Fad.
I'm on the fad.
I thought
Right,
he
just-
said fat. And I
Are
was
you
like,
on?
wait a second.
Are you on keto still?
Yeah.
Are you? Dude,
Yeah.
that's like almost a
How did
year,
it go
right?
yesterday? No, Tyler fell off that wagon
Oh.
a little bit, but he's back.
I'm back after yesterday.
starting
Oh, you had a
fresh?
cheat day yesterday?
I just really like
This
to keep
man
my
had a
body
bowl of
guessing.
cereal with pizza rolls on top last night, just hammered. Stuck in an
figure it out
elevator.
tomorrow.
I will say that this weekend was not kind to the old keto, but we were also out of town at a hockey tournament. Like this is the problem when your life is what I like to call a party.
Yeah.
Is you're either entertaining or hosting or you're doing something with kids. It's so hard.
True.
They're all like terrible excuses, but yes, I'd love to lose some more weight. Getting motivated about my
Right.
personal
Yeah.
goals, smashing the table here. Love to
hold his
buy
hand.
a few more investment properties here. We own 2 currently, and then also travel more. You know,
Those are good. I like
yeah.
that.
last year we made a point to travel almost every single month, and then the market did what it did. So that looks like it was a terrible idea, but at the same time it was great.
It's important though.
It was.
You know,
Yeah.
like our Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, that was
joint
such
trip.
an
That was
awesome time.
Yeah, we work so much, people, that I think a lot of people don't understand. They see the tip of the iceberg, right? That's out of the water, and they see us traveling and doing all these fun things. But then what they don't see is the majority of the iceberg that's submerged in water, which is working 15 to 17-hour days. And
And
we
getting
need,
told no 25 times a day.
yeah, and we need the vacations to kind of reset.
Yeah, mental
mental reset. Yeah. Joe, what about you? You got any questions for Tyler to really for the people, for the viewers to get to know him?
Yeah, I mean, my question would be more around like with the team standpoint. Do you think that like how does turnover work? I mean, obviously there's different teams that are out there. There's different testaments to obviously the team that you have that you've kind of built. They're very loyal. They don't seem like they're just kind of jumping around to different teams. Like, what do you necessarily think that you do differently or that you bring to the table that kind of helps people like cut their teeth on real estate if they're new to the market or if they came over from another team, but it's keeping them there?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. It's the $1 million question. I think every broker or team leader is trying to solve on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So the things, I mean, I will agree with you. I think, especially just over the last even like 6 months when the market's been kind of rough.
Yeah.
I think you've seen a lot of agents exit the business, and I am proud to say that literally nobody on my team has left the business.
Yeah.
We've had one person leave our team and decide to go out on their own, but most people see the value in what we bring to the table. So I think the couple of things that stand out to me right away would be, I think our splits, our fees, all that stuff within my team and also at EXP are like crazy competitive, and you're not going to really find much better if you're looking to be on a team. Why you would join the team and then stay, in my opinion, is the ability to decrease your commission cap based on your production on our team. So when you run the math or just think about, I'm going to go out on my own, and then you think about how much that's going to cost and all the things you have to do and the people you have to hire and the space you have to get and just whatever, it doesn't really make sense to do it. And you might as well stay on the team and continue to utilize all the resources that we have. I think the other thing that really makes our team great is the mentorship program, which I alluded to earlier. It just gives you a tie into the team. As soon as you join it, you got people that know what they're doing. You got people that can teach you the right way, because I think the demise of most teams is the team leader tries to do everything for everyone, but you can't. You just physically cannot do it once your team gets too large. So you have to have good people in place. And I know that, I wish my team members all could say they are sticking around for me, but I know they stick around because of the camaraderie they have with everybody as well. So those are like the two big things. And then we also, we sell a lot of houses.
Yeah. You don't want to go someplace that, hasn't done a transaction in 12 months. That's probably not the right fit necessarily if you're trying to get busy.
Well, and there's not many team leaders that can say they've sold 83 houses in 1 year or have consistently been a top producer. Like a lot of team leaders just don't simply get to that level. They sell, 30, 40 houses and they start a team, and that's great. They're still doing something, but to be in the same room this morning with somebody that sells 83 houses, I think is a good thing for all these other agents to be like, oh, that's just what he does. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm just going to do that.
And you're continuing to do it.
Yeah.
You're not a leader that like takes a step back now and all you're trying to do is recruit. I mean, we had a client this weekend that was out looking at a house. I mean, you're out there going through options with them, presenting offers, things like that. So, I mean, you're still like on the ground.
Exactly. And then it's passing all that knowledge, information on to the rest of the team, which again, like, it's a lot. It's not an easy thing. Mike, you run a team, like, you know how it is. Like, you come across something in the market and you're just like, oh, I need to let everybody know and then explain it. I mean, it takes 2, 3, 4 hours out of your day to kind of just keep everybody up to date on things. So it really takes the right person to run a team, I think, the right way. And I'm not perfect by any means, but I think we do a lot of things right.
You do a hell of a job.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about knowledge, right? Let's test Tyler a little bit. Let's talk about the market.
2+2.
Right? Go. Let's talk about the market kind of right now, where we see things, right, from a real estate agent side of things, right?
Yeah.
How many months of inventory are out there? I want to know all this stuff. Let's test Tyler's knowledge a little bit. Tyler, you're front lines, right? We're front lines when it comes to applications and buyers and things like that. So me and Jerrid and Joe could sit here all day long and tell everybody what we think there, but I want to hear it from your side of things. Because you're actually out there with the buyers. So walk me through where we're at right now, where you see things going here in the next couple months leading into spring, summer, fall for 2023. And any home buyers out there right now that are either pre-approved or thinking about buying this year, or even waiting till next year, you need to pay attention to this information.
This one will be a reel.
Okay. Yeah, so great question. Where's the market at? I am very excited to be on the podcast at this exact moment because it's the day after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you know what that means.
Spring market is officially here.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Been here since January 1st.
So, yes, since I've been in the industry, which has been, 11 years full time, I have told everybody every single year that the market starts in February. And in this year, it was even sooner in January, but the market gets crazy in February, and nobody listens ever. So if you're listening to this, for the love of God, the market is here. Don't wait till July to put your house on the market. You will lose money. Okay?
Say it again.
I'm just going to say it one more time. If you wait till July to put your house on the market, it's going to sit there and you're going to lose money.
Preach.
Okay? Now, the sale prices might be higher in July, but your experience will be worse because it's going to take a while for it to sell because everybody waits till their yards look beautiful to put their house on the market. I'm telling you right now, it does not matter. Buyers don't care. If you're one of one and there's 50 buyers, you're going to do really, really well. And that's exactly what just happened this last weekend. We had a house that we put on the market. It had 50 showings and 11 offers in 3 days. Wow. That hasn't happened since last year. May of 2022.
Yeah. It's almost worse, though, in my opinion, this year than last year because I feel like we have way less inventory than we did even last year.
Correct. And so I was going to mention from December of 2021 to December of 2022, because that's the most recent data we have currently, that's by the Minneapolis Area Association of Realtors, the inventory, the amount of sales is down 40% year over year. 40%. That's literally insane. But that's how short on inventory we have been overall. Now, actually, because we went through this period of higher interest rates, which I'm sure the Arvold Mortgage team is very aware of, there was inventory starting to build up. So we technically right now have more inventory than we did last year at this time, believe it or not. Last year at this time, it was 0.9 months supply of inventory. Now we're up to 1.4.
Okay.
But I guarantee you, if these stats were right now,
hold on, let me bring this back real quick. Explain to the people what that means.
No, thank you.
I would love, because a lot of our viewers, they're home buyers, they're pre-approved, right? When you start throwing off stuff like that, they'd like to know, God, what is he talking about, right?
No,
and I think Jerrid's thinking that too.
Yeah, Jerrid, obviously, he's still thinking about a strawberry blizzard.
Yeah.
He's still thinking about his milkshake.
But what month supply of inventory means is, so when I say 1.4 month supply, what that means is if we didn't get another listing the rest of the year, we would run out of homes to sell in 1.4 months. Anything under 4 months supply of inventory is a strong seller's market. 5 to 7 month supply is a pretty neutral market, and then anything over that would be a buyer's market. And so we haven't had higher than a 1.5 month supply of inventory in probably 3
Since
years.
COVID,
I mean,
probably.
so it's been a crazy seller's market. We had this discount period, though, that I've been telling people about for the last 6 months. Because of interest rates, people were uncertain, right? They're like, well, what are we going to do? Our house is like not going to sell anymore. There was just a lot of uncertainty, and it's like it was a temporary pause because of interest rates. As soon as they started to come back down and stabilize, now we're where we're at again just this last weekend where, the other offer that we wrote, we finished 6th out of 13 offers, and our offer was really good.
Yeah.
So what do you see now that you've dropped all that knowledge, right? What do you see happening? Like, what is your message? Like, let me know, like, how many listing appointments are you going to? Do you see listings picking up to be able to help out all the buyers that are out there right now, the pre-approved buyers looking for homes? What is your, what do you see happening here in spring and summer and fall of 2023?
I think the problem with real estate is if you ask any real estate agent, they're never going to be honest with you because they always want to make it seem like it's amazing.
Well, and that's why we brought you on here.
Right.
We want raw Tyler Miller.
No, I'll tell you.
I don't want to hear the same shit that everyone's
storybook
pitching.
answer.
Yeah.
Listing appointments are definitely not as bountiful as they have been in previous years at this time. So I don't think there's going to be a ton of extra inventory hitting the market in the next few months. But what I do anticipate happening is once sellers now get this message over the next month that the market's back, it's popping, like you can get 40, 50,000 over the asking price again, which is going to happen.
We've been saying it.
I know.
We've been saying it for weeks
But
already,
now it's
since January 1st.
But now it's happening like all the time again. I think more sellers are going to be like, okay, I'm ready to move again.
Yeah.
But we're up against this.
Where are they going to go?
That's the thing. We're up against this giant inventory issue. So I don't really see it getting much easier. It's going to be a very frustrating market again. But I think it's going to be a shorter period of time than the last couple of years. Like I think it's going to be normal where through May, the market's crazy. And then like June, July, August, September, whatever, it's going to start to just taper off. And then the fall heats up again because their kids get into school and they're like, I hate my house. Now I can think about it. Let me move. I think it's going to be more normal than the COVID market was just crazy. So my message to everybody out there is there's always an opportunity, whether you're selling a house when the market's crazy or you're selling a house back in October of 2022 when no one was really looking, there's always an opportunity because usually you're going to benefit on the other side of that. So whether interest rates stay the same, go up, go down, there's always a reason that you should buy something now as long as it's the right house for you.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
But you got to reach out to your local real estate experts. You can't base it on the national media. You can't base it on what the morning shows are saying. These guys don't know anything that they're talking about, and they always try to get the agent down there that's going to agree with their narrative. The real narrative is there's not enough houses for sale. Interest rates have been really good the last couple of months. They shot back up a little bit because of a recent unemployment rate that came out, but things are starting to look really, really good again. So I really anticipate it being a very strong market, and we need inventory. So if you're thinking about selling, I'm telling you, if you want to capitalize on that investment, now is the time.
So Cliff Notes here, people. If you own a home right now and you want to make some money, perfect time to sell. And also with the builder incentives that are going out right now, because builders are trying to get things off their books, right? Great time to build. So you don't really have to think about what's the next house that I'm going to find. And we work with some of the best builders out there, right?
Yep.
Yes, we do. So reach out to us and we can connect you with our custom home builders if you want to talk to them. I'm going to switch directions a little bit, boys, right? You okay with this? You ready, Joe?
Let's do it.
Let's talk about conspiracy theories.
Oh, goodness.
I want to talk about the China weather balloon, right? Now, I don't know if you guys know the statistics on this. We've had 4 shot down in the last, I think as of yesterday, it was 9 days, but 10 days. Now, why do you think that is? What do you think's happening? Do you think it's because our radar is getting better and we're just starting to see it? Or do you think that China and Russia are trying to team up and come at us? What do you guys think?
I'll be the first to say that I don't think about it. I think
Interesting.
I love the memes, the GIFs, the TikTok reels of people making jokes about it. Bert Kreischer is a stand-up comedian, and he has one where He's in like a thong and a cowboy boots and a cowboy hat, and he's like, "This is what they're seeing from that balloon." Like to me, that's what I pay attention to. It. I'm not a big like I can't even say the word.
Conspiracy theorist?
Yeah. I'm just not one of those people.
But it's kind of.
I'm just here for the memes.
Yeah.
Do you think it's weird the fact that we've shot down 4 in the last 10 days?
I mean,
what is your thought? We haven't seen. When was the last time you saw a balloon come over from China?
I've never
that we
seen
know
it.
of.
I've never seen it, and so I'm similar to Joe, where I'm like, I don't really care because I can't control that anyway. So I just try to focus on what I can control. However, if I want to get deep into the conspiracy, because I love me a good conspiracy theory, I find it hard to believe like that's the best strategy they have. It's like, let's float this plastic Walgreens bag across the ocean with a camera attached. Like, what are they seeing?
Well,
What don't
you
they
know
already
the
know?
size of the first one was massive.
Well, but hold on.
in comparison to what?
I
Like, how
can
big
pull
was
up-
it? I guess I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
this
like, it was
last
like a
one was
beach-
like the size of a truck of a vehicle. They say, but the first one they said was like the size of a couple buses. I think they said it was massive.
Okay.
But what are they looking at?
Well,
Because
think about it.
I can
Where
pull up
did they
Google
see
Earth.
it?
What do they have on there?
Where do they
GoPro?
see it? Over Montana? You know what's over there is our bases with all of our nukes and stuff. So like they know what they're doing, man. They know what they're doing, and now this is my thought on it. Right? Is we've now shot down 3 other ones, but we don't even, now they're calling them UFOs, right? Because it's unidentified. They don't really want to tell us what they are, right? But you also got Russian warships and everything like on our coast. Now it's international water. They can do that. We do that with other ones, but everything together, man, we could do a whole podcast about what my thoughts are, right?
Yeah.
Build a bunker.
Just you. It would just be you.
What if it's
It's
some,
called an
And that's
ADU.
fine. No, I could bring on some people. Shout out to Scott Feigum. I should bring him on here.
What if it's just
We
some
could,
guy though, like just
It's not.
floating in his little bubble, and then they just shot a missile
Yeah.
into him without even checking?
Unmanned.
How
They
do
know
we
it.
know?
So what are they doing for like the cameras? Like, is it like just a GoPro like attached to a balloon? Like how
That's
They
what
had
great is
they had
the
a lot of
build-out?
electronics, and of course
Oh.
we're not going to know because they're not going to share that. Our U.S. government.
are we blowing them up or are we just shooting them
No,
down?
we're
so we
shooting
can
it
at
down,
least
and
check
it
them
goes.
out?
The ones that we've done, we're collecting the data.
Okay.
They had pictures of our Marines getting them off the
How,
boats. And the
how's
Navy
this
and
for a
stuff like that.
conspiracy? Because this is more likely.
When
in my
was
mind.
the last time Tyler showered? That's a conspiracy.
That's not. Let's not get into that. But think about this. There's an election coming up, right?
100%.
Right now, it's a little early to be doing this type of stunt. But what if our own government is putting these balloons in the air and shooting them down, so they can use the narrative that we are protecting our country?
Very
and
true.
You can't
Very true.
That's actually
afford.
dope.
You can't afford to switch presidents during this time
Yeah.
because we are under attack.
So many things, man, and that's
That's a
what.
good one.
If you think
Yeah.
about
I
all
like
those, the people on TikTok, what they're saying is,
Makes me want to.
you know, I think all this stuff is coming to light because of chess moves that they're making. Now that everyone's worried about all of this and balloons and UFOs,
Right. There's
things
other
are
stuff
happening
going on.
under the table
Yeah.
that now
Sleight of
are
hand.
paid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's
So-
always an agenda.
All right. Well, we'll touch on this another time. So we got a couple things. We got about 12 minutes left, something like that, to stay on track. So, Tyler, you are a big person on social media. You recently took a little bit of a break,
Feet
which
finder.
yeah, which I thank God you took a break, right? I was so sick of it. But no, I wanted to, now that we have you here, real, raw, uncut Tyler Miller, let's talk about social media. It's a love-hate relationship. Everybody out there in sales knows it. The Tyler Miller team, the Arvold Mortgage team, we rely on social media. Me and Tyler have very different thoughts on social media, so it's nice to talk about this topic. You know, Tyler has different things that he makes his team do at certain points. He runs giveaways and you know, contests and things like that. Really wants them posting on social media. My team's a little different. You know, I put it on Jerrid, whatever you want to do, Joe, whatever you want to do. My team can do what they want. But tell me, Tyler, your love-hate relationship with social media, because that we are aligned.
Yeah.
We agree with that wholeheartedly.
So, being that I got into the real estate industry, you know, full time 11 years ago, I was, you know, a younger person in my office at the time. It was kind of before this rush of like a bunch of young agents, in my opinion. And so I was kind of like spearheading social media because no one else really had any idea of what to do. And back then it was fun. It was like uncharted territory. You could run an ad and get in front of thousands of people in like 5 seconds. It was super easy. But everything has kind of changed since then, where now it's super regulated because Zuckerberg screwed up a bunch of things. And it's not really fun anymore because it chooses who you see for you, right? Like before it was just kind of like whoever posted most recent was just like on your feed, and now, and like I get why they're doing it, and I think it's the right thing to do is to tailor your experience and all that. I get that, but it makes it difficult to, I guess, reach a new audience at times.
It's shadow banning.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
And there's shadow banning is definitely real. And then the problem I have with social media is like if there ever isn't an issue with your account, there's no one to like get a hold of. That you can't really fix it. I know you've had some issues with your account.
My God, I had an issue with IG, Instagram, where I think somebody ratted me out. I do a lot of giveaways. Everyone knows I do a lot of giveaways. I'm doing one right now for Valentine's Day. So
how many hearts are in that jar?
69,420.
So anybody out there listening to this, if you haven't entered into the Arvold Mortgage Team Valentine's Day giveaway, you need to do it. We're drawing the name tomorrow for the winner, but get on there. Go onto my Facebook. We've done a lot of funny social media posts and things like that all about it, but go guess how many hearts are in Cupid's jar and you can win $300. So anyway,
but hold on, I was going to say, if you don't follow Mike on social media, you really should. He doesn't post like as frequently as me, but when he does, it's well thought out. It's funny. I mean, in his most recent post, he's talking about he's wearing a freaking like Cupid mascot outfit,
which you don't even know where you could find.
How do you
never been watched?
How do you get it?
Speaking of China,
like
it's a conspiracy where I get those things.
Yeah. Mike does a great job though of like when he does something, he goes all in, right? Where like most of my videos are like spur of the moment. I got to do a quick video to talk to about a current situation going on. Where Mike's are always really well thought out. Well, and I think there's a world for both of them.
100%.
But like, if you're like looking for me to have this amazing, cool video, like it's probably not going to happen because.
No, I like yours, Tyler. There's especially in my first year, I definitely would be watching your posts, and I remember like being like, yes, that right there, and so I watch you, man. It's all good.
Yeah, and I got booted off. Back to that, I got booted off IG because I was doing a giveaway. This giveaway we're doing right now, you can win $300. By the way, $100 to a movie theater. $200 to a restaurant, so you can take out your
significant other,
or your crush or whatever you want to do. So
or you can buy one.
Your side piece.
Yeah, get in it though, people. All you have to do is make a guess on how many hearts are in my are in Cupid's little candy jar. So
if I already guessed the right number, should they even try? Because
they should try because you're not right. So there's that, people.
Well,
Tyler's way.
It
off.
was my daughter's guess, by the way.
He's way off.
Do you know the number? Is it in there somewhere?
No.
Oh, okay.
I make sure Rachel doesn't tell me. No.
Oh,
Rachel
you don't
doesn't
know.
tell me. I don't want to know because then people will try to sell me on stuff and be like, "Hey, what's the number, Mike? We're friends. You should tell me." And now I can't.
People actually do that?
No.
I've had a couple.
That's weird.
During all the giveaways.
I'm
I've
one of
had a
your
couple.
oldest friends.
Thank you.
What's
Thank
the
you.
number?
Well done. So anyway, I got
Moving
booted.
on.
So I think what somebody did, and I think on the post I was like, "Hey, follow me for more giveaways," right? Because we do giveaways all the time. We want to give back to the community. I want to give back to my client base and things like that. And I feel it makes me feel good. It makes me and my family feel good that we can give away to people a little less fortunate and whatnot. And I think somebody ratted me out to Instagram because I think on that post we were like, "Hey, follow us for more," right? But we gave away a Visa gift card. So we didn't do like a normal gift card like we do to a restaurant or anything like that or to a company. It was a Visa gift card that we gave away, and they booted me. They locked me up, and it took me.
They threw away the key.
Yeah, I bet you I sent 200 emails to Instagram
Did you get any
doing all of
responses?
not one response.
that's
Did
the
all the
problem.
things that they asked. Took a photo of myself holding my username and a code. And that's what they told me to do, and I had to start all over from scratch. So,
Well, and you see the stuff going on now that like Elon Musk bought Twitter, and there's all this stuff that Twitter was doing to like shadow ban celebrities and political figures and all that stuff. And it's like, they have so much power, and that's the thing that like it just kind of sucks because we rely on it to get exposure. It's a very inexpensive way to get exposure. Short of sending mailers and knocking on people's doors, like it's the easiest way. And so at this point in my career, it's definitely more hate than love towards social media. I love it because it got me to where I am today, but it has changed a ton where it's, if I wasn't in real estate, I would have social media, but I would literally check it probably once a week, and I would have maybe 50 friends. It's just like, it's too much to do.
It's a suck, man. I'd be off of it altogether. If I wasn't in sales and I wasn't a mortgage guy, I'd be off it altogether. If I ever win the Powerball, people, I'm throwing my phone away. I'm getting a pager. I'll use someone else's phone. That's how I want. I'm going to be living on an island on a beach with my homies, my inner circle. Say goodbye to social media.
How do you guys feel about like business like phones, like having a whole other phone?
I know my business partner AJ Pedersen has 2 phones. He says it's life changing.
Really?
To me, it seems kind of confusing, but I don't know. It doesn't bother me that much.
I think for us, like especially in the lending space, like to put your phone away, like that phone away, you got to have it. Yeah, you got to be available.
I don't like it.
I feel it puts you into that like 9 to 5 stereotype that people think of like mortgage lending, where they're like, oh, well, it's after 5 o'clock. They're not working. They're not available. Like, I've had the same cell phone number since like 7th or 8th grade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so I have clients that reach out to me where I was at a totally different company, but provided a great level of service, and they don't care where I'm at. They just want to work with me.
Where are you going to put it? I only have so many pockets, and they're bulky these days. Look at the size of this goddamn thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like it. I barely like one phone.
I feel like
I'll show you where I'm going to put it.
Give me a pager with a gold chain.
Yeah, which 100% like, and I joke with Mike all the time when he asks questions about social media. But he reminds me of like a 90-year-old man in like a young person's body when it comes to social media. He's
along
like, wait,
with my feet.
He's like, how do I do this in the video? And I feel like I'm like trying to help my mom figure out Facebook
dude,
sometimes.
that's a fact.
You're coming in 5 years into my relationship with Mike. I mean, imagine where he was at 5 years ago, dude.
People, I'm going to be honest.
Have a bald head. I had to help him grow his hair back. I mean,
you didn't. You keep trying to take credit for that. Rachel feels very offended by that. That was Rachel. Anyway,
I'm offended that Rachel thinks it was her.
Oh, it was. So with social media, yes, you're right. It takes me, a good hour to do a post. And these guys are whipping through. I remember when me and Joe were training and I was sitting with him, he's like, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Do you need some help?
I watched him like sitting in the corner, and I thought he was going through like work emails or something like that. And he's like, yeah, I think I got it. And I'm like, that was 2 hours ago. I thought we were done with that.
That's my point. That's my point,
man.
though, about Mikey is when he does something, though, he does it like all in.
Yeah.
And I think, but you always said to me, Tyler, you're always like, dude, just get it out. Because if you ask Tyler what and I always ask him, like, he'll tell me what his thoughts are with my social media. He's like, you need to do more. You got to get out there, just do something every day, do a story or whatever it is. But for me, it's, I'm very calculated, so it's like I'm trying to send out that one that maybe will blow it up and make make the Arvold Mortgage Team go viral, where we just have different thoughts, but they both work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To each their own.
I wish I did get more of you, like you as a person. Like you're always business on social media, which is awesome, and you're really good at it. But I think like a story here and there of you just like sitting on the couch with your wife, you know what I mean? Like just to give that friend type of feel at times is the one.
I struggle
thing,
with that too.
But otherwise, like your business stuff is so good, and it's unmatched in my opinion.
But I think kind of like Tyler
Y'all don't want to see me in my undies sitting on the couch with a computer on my lap working 17-hour days.
We had a Zoom meeting, the three of us, and Mike was on his couch, and like they were yelling in the background about somebody talking downstairs, and he's like trying to be serious about the topic we're talking about, and he'd like turn back and be like, "Shut the hell up!" Like that's the real life situation of what you're dealing with, you know?
And it's hard to recreate that. And honestly, like a lot of my like personal posts are because my wife takes really good photos of us sometimes, and she'll post them. If you don't have your spouse posting for you, at times it's really hard because you're in the moment all the time trying to get stuff done. But anyways, social media is a beast.
Love-hate relationship,
it's
without a doubt. All right. So to end this podcast, we've talked about a lot today, right?
Yep, absolutely.
I want to change it up a little bit. I got some hot seat questions for Tyler.
Ooh.
For all of us.
Prepared.
Really? Kind of for all of us. So Tyler, what is the most embarrassing thing you have ever worn?
Ever worn?
Yeah. And dude, we only got a few minutes here, man, so don't overthink it.
That outfit. No.
Bang, bang.
Arvold Mortgage Team hoodie.
Jesus.
Oh.
That's dirty, man.
That's
That is
nasty.
dirty. Everyone loves their hoodies, but that's dirty. Can I answer?
Yeah.
Your chin strap beard. Boom. Done. Awful. The most awful thing in the world.
So
We'll
quick.
throw up a picture. Jerrid will
Real
find a
quick,
picture,
yeah.
and we're
Find
going to
a
throw one
photo.
up here. Oh, my God.
It
Barf.
was- so really quick, I watched a memory on Facebook this morning, and it was literally a video of me like just talking to the camera, and it was my chin strap days. And I looked at myself, and in like out loud, I'm laying in bed, and I literally looked at myself and I said, "Bro." Like,
You know what's funny, though? We share those because I'll follow up a picture that'll be like a memory, and I'll be like,
Was it
dude,
thinner than
what
mine?
is
Like-
my hair doing? Why did I not grow my hair? And I looked like I looked awful, right? But I see it now, and I'm just like, Jesus. And then I look at you, and I see your chin strap, and I'm like,
Awful.
but when I met you, I said that. I'm like, Tyler.
Was it thinner than mine?
it was lower.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
it was
okay.
literally like
could,
he had
like,
a
barely
football
see it.
helmet on with no football helmet.
And shout out to DJ Clark because he looked me in the eyes one day and he was like, I think you should get rid of that chin strap. And that was like the first time
that's so
anybody really
good.
said it to me. And I was like,
that's awesome.
what do you mean? He's like, it just doesn't look good. And I was pissed.
Just
but,
grow it. And it looks great now. Look
I
at
mean,
you.
yeah,
That's
look
sick.
at me
You
now.
picked up some years, you sexy little beast. All right, next question, right? Joe, do you want to answer that? I don't even think that you did give us an answer, Tyler.
The Arvold Mortgage Team hoodie.
That is dirty. That is, you will not get any more
I
of
don't know, dude.
those.
You would probably say like anything I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Mike hates my shoes. He hates my socks the other day. I had socks on in his house. He's like, those aren't even white, bro.
Those are dirty.
They're fresh out of the laundry. I don't know what else to do.
Here's the thing.
They were yellow
Mike's had
socks.
2 foot surgeries, so his socks are all freshly white because they haven't been on his foot.
No, Mike is just very, when you have no young children,
That's
you
facts.
can take a lot of extra time and look real nice. And that's and you look good. Can you stand up for everybody right now? Dude, the shoe game is legit. I mean, if I wore those though, someone would beat the hell out of me. So I can't.
All right, next question. We ready?
Yes.
Yes.
How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
Quick, 50.
Quick. Joe, 50?
Yeah.
I'm saying in like the millions.
Yeah? Jared?
I don't know.
Yeah, 200.
I'm going to say
200?
all of them. All of the chickens. I don't see, in my mind, I'm just seeing this crazy nonsense, but
Wait. What if
Okay.
it's one and that chicken is like infected?
oh,
and
God.
the elephant accidentally
Conspiracy
eats
theory.
it?
I love it.
It's
yeah.
200.
What if he has COVID, right?
No, it's like from The Last of Us. If you haven't watched that show,
Where they just
they're
pile
infected.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyler, what's the weirdest thing you have seen in someone's house?
Ooh, that's a great
This
question.
is a great question.
Yeah, that's great.
Don't overthink it though, Tyler. Right? We don't have 10 minutes to talk about this one.
Dude, I saw a good one from Coleman. He saw that big, giant, pot-belly pig in
Yeah.
someone's living room just sleeping. And they were
Like in a kennel or cage
no,
or anything?
just like under a blanket, like partially under a blanket, just chilling in the living room.
it was
He sent me the picture. He's like, dude, check this out. I'm like, wow, dude.
Dude, I don't honestly, I can't, like, nothing jumps to my mind. I wish I
Really,
would
of
have time
all
to think
your
about it.
years,
There's so many houses. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen full blown like hoarder houses. I feel like
Oh, yeah.
that's definitely like one of the weirdest situations. And then like the wife who was very lovely but was full blown like hoarder.
Yeah.
You know,
like should be on the show.
100% on the show. Like I had to walk down these like little rows in the house, but she was crazy organized, and she came and was like talking to her husband about how she had to bring more things to church to donate, but the people then she brought it to the church. They wouldn't take the stuff because literally nobody wanted any of
Yeah.
it. Like it was like little like action figures, I don't know, things like that. And the husband was like trying to explain to her that nobody wants her stuff, and I had to play counselor and like
As that's happening
therapist.
like in front of you.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get the listing sign, and they're just like going at it, and then he basically like took the stuff and like threw it outside.
domestic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I've seen lots of crazy things, but nothing.
All right, fair enough.
In particular, I mean, more like interesting people
Yeah.
Okay.
than objects.
So-
we definitely helped like full on like meth addicts and
Ooh,
like no teeth,
Yeah.
that type of stuff. You know,
But you
It's-
don't discriminate. You help
no,
everybody.
help all,
Jesus.
baby.
yeah. Everyone's got a
Service.
story, right? All right, ready? If peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what would it be called?
Nut spread.
I literally was gonna say the same
is-
thing.
Really?
Yes, 100% the
That
same
is
thing.
a bit-
Nut
the
spread,
mortgage
yeah,
ninja
right.
just came in and just stole the show with an amazing answer.
That's
by
the first
way.
thing that popped in my head.
Oh,
when
I
you-
mean, that's just
spread.
what I was doing.
I was
Man.
thinking like
Naturally.
creamy nuts,
Creamy
Yeah.
nuts. I like you. Both answers are
sweaty
good.
balls,
All
sweaty
right,
balls.
this is the last question for the podcast. We're getting a little over an hour here. So, where was the most embarrassing place you have dropped an air biscuit?
Are you speaking
Is that a
of
fart or a
flatulence?
poop?
It could be a fart, right? Better
actually,
known
I
as
know
a
this
bottom
one.
burp, air bagel, anal volcano, bean blower, or more commonly known as the farter passing gas,
So I had one, and this
aka a
was
fart.
this was when I was in high school and I was courting my wife. Still at the time, we were at Jason Hoffarth's house, and massive crush on her. She's way out of my league, and she went to this party with me. And we always like to like tickle each other, because I think it's just a way we could like touch each other and have it be innocent back then. And anyways, she was.
I don't know what to press to that.
This
Like I
one.
want to press.
That is not the one.
But yeah, I'm sitting there in the living room, and she comes up behind me, and I didn't know she was there, and she like just hits my side. You know?
Oh, and you just let out an air biscuit.
It was a like one of those. And I was so embarrassed, dude. I had never farted in front of her before.
Oh, the real raw Tyler.
And,
Get to know him.
She heard it, obviously, along with everyone else. And
What about in front of a client? You ever did one at someone's house when you're at like a listing or a buyer, or in the car when you're driving them around and you just got to let it go?
Nope. I definitely hold it in pain and agony until
for you.
I get out
Professional.
of their house.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I went out to eat with the family one time. We went out to this little burger joint. We were all sitting outside, and it was kind of like a drive-in almost. And we're all sitting around, and my family's sitting here, and there's tables everywhere with people eating. And I was sitting down on a like a bench, and I was like, I gotta let them go. I'm just gonna give it the one leg up
leg
squealer. And when I did, man, it was like everyone stopped and looked. And my family's sitting there just laughing, right? And the people behind us are laughing, and I just ignored it. I was like, hey, it's an everyday thing.
Didn't hear anything. Hey, fun fact.
talk about
I
my
learned
air
this
biscuit.
on TikTok, because TikTok is where I get my news now, by the way, because I don't even watch the news.
Interesting.
But TikTok said if you pull your cheek
No.
apart
Yeah, I seen
and
it.
then
Yeah, Rihanna was doing
then
that
do
last
it,
night.
she did last
She
night.
was. You
But
think
if
she
you
was
do
letting out a
that
biscuit?
and you let one out, it doesn't make a sound.
Dude, pregnant farts.
Wow.
Dude.
That makes me rethink of the whole halftime show right now.
Yeah.
But
Good
if you
for
ever
you,
have
Rihanna.
to
Pull
rip
it.
one in front of a client, you just really quick like adjust.
If it's not going to make noise, why you do the
just
sound?
in case. Just in
Actually,
case.
those are some of my favorite
Back
TikTok
up.
videos. Is the kids doing that?
Like
like
covering up a-
yeah, they like cough and then it's blatantly obvious right
So
after.
bad.
Off. It's like,
Oh my god!
and then it fart. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, what a show. We can't thank all the viewers, the listeners. Tyler Miller, we can't thank you enough for
Yeah.
coming on in here and
Thank
hanging
you so
out with
much.
us.
For real, man.
For
Thank
the
you.
last hour and just dropping knowledge, right? Raw, uncut Tyler Miller knowledge. You normally got to pay for that. So we appreciate you coming in and letting all our viewers know who the real Tyler Miller is. We really like that. We appreciate it.
Let's do it again.
Let's
Yeah,
do it again for
absolutely,
sure.
dude.
But shout out to my neighbor, Mike. I told you I was going to drop your name here,
Mike.
buddy. You got a bunch of he said he's got a bunch of buddies that are looking at buying, and they're all holding off because of high rates and all that. And I told him, brother, that is not, there's mortgage buy downs. We can definitely help all that.
Can I say something to Mike?
We're gonna,
me say one
Mike
thing.
Elliott's, we're gonna get him on the podcast to, as a homeowner, home buyer. Talk to us, Mike. Real raw, uncut.
Yeah, you
but shout out to you, brother. Tyler Miller, give him some knowledge.
You've probably said this to him, but just in case anybody else hasn't heard this. So when it comes to interest rates, right? Someone says, "Oh, the interest rate's too high." So here's what I would say, or it's they're too high, or I'm uncertain what's going to happen. If you buy a house right now and the rates go down, you can what?
Refinance?
If you buy a house right now and the rates go up, then you got the best rate you're going to get
You look like a genius.
in a long time. And if you buy a house and the rates stay the same, then you're good, right? So like the whole rate conversation is just silly. There's always something else to it. If you're really holding off because of rates, I don't think you're really thinking it through, knowing that, I mean,
It's still
some
tricky
people
for
don't-
first-time home buyers, though.
right? But you're dating the rate,
Yeah.
right?
And you're marrying the house.
Marrying the
and
house.
you listen to podcasts too, and we talk about mortgage buy downs. So like I said, people, there's options out there. Mike, tell your buddies. We'll get you on the podcast next. But Tyler Miller, thanks again, man. We appreciate you.
Thanks for
Joe,
having me, buddy.
Thank
Joe,
you.
Jerrid, my
Woo.
peoples, love you guys.
Thank
and
you.
we'll be back next week with another episode.
See you guys.
See ya.